find it challenging to handle the changes that may follow as well. Money indeed makes life more comfortable. However, adapting to your new status may be a difficult thing to do. In this video, I will share with you 13 things that change once you are rich. 1. Your friends. In a YouTube video titled The Truth About Friendship, Mel Robbins explained that friends are classified into 3. Friends for a reason, friends for a season, and friends for a lifetime. At every season of any individual's life, there is financial upgrade inclusive, a change in association. Even if you manage to maintain a few of them, there will be a gap in communication, especially when they are not wealthy or making efforts to be productive. Once you are on a different page with someone, it is challenging to continue conversing. Whereas if it is for someone on the same phase with you, there's a tremendous amount of respect for them, and you'll find opportunities to be with them. 2. The food you eat. When you are on a cheap budget, you naturally eat whatever comes your way. Poverty limits your scope of delicacies, and even if you see beyond your tuna and ramen noodles meal range, you will have to look away because you cannot afford it. Being rich, on the other hand, means you can afford to eat whatever you want. Being wealthy brings to your realization that a balanced diet is a thing that exists. Thus, you may go into dieting and even employ the service of a meal planner. At first, you may want to run through all the junk that you desired but could not afford. In a short while, you would opt for homemade, healthy and well-garnished meals, and even try out new delicacies. 3. Health becomes a priority. When you are rich, you understand the statement, health is wealth. Unlike before, a doctor's appointment is no longer a waste of money. You only need to fix it into your schedule. When a poor man is ill, he checks for the nearest medication, but the rich man would instead go through the process of seeing a physician and running all necessary laboratory tests. While the poor man assumes that money is everything in life, luxurious people place more value on their bodies. The realization that without sound health you won't make good money will hit you hard when you amass wealth. So even though you might have to work more attention will be given to your health. 4. Goals. For every phase in your life, your goals change. Wealth is not an exception. You definitely won't have a target of making a few bucks that can sustain you throughout the week. What you used to consider as success will no longer look like an accomplishment to you. $1 million may have seemed like a massive sum to you previously, but once you have it, you realize it does not go that far and is more of a starting point. In many cases, your goal will shift from money totally and will point in the direction of influence and significance. Your brain is automatically wired to think about the future, increasing your earning potential, becoming a billionaire, being listed on Forbes, building a legacy for your family, etc. 5. What makes you happy? So maybe a few dollars in your account or getting an invitation for a fancy party could practically make your heart jump into your mouth in the past. Now that you are rich, you'll realize that those things do not matter anymore. Your newfound wealth will give you a sense of freedom and accomplishment. Still, you will gradually begin to understand what is meant by money cannot buy happiness. With time, dinner in a 5-star restaurant becomes a common thing to you and does not freak you anymore. The thing that will mean much to you at this point in your life are those things you probably took for granted while you were weak. Things like spending time with family, eating homemade meals, paying attention to your health, seeking authentic relationships, etc. 6. Taxes. As an employee, your taxes were probably minute and deducted before you got your paycheck. Throughout the year, you are up to date with your tax payments and you may even get a refund of all your taxes. But when wealth comes, the tax becomes a big deal for you. All of a sudden, you will start to pay close attention to your payments as the amounts become so huge. Hence, you will seek a financial advisor and find mediums to reduce your tax burden. 7. Your looks. One aspect that is hugely affected by a change in financial status is your appearance. Except you become too stingy to yourself, a monetary elevation ought to make you look more attractive. Skin, hair, clothing, etc. Even the usual aspects of aging, like hair falling, can be fixed with hair transplant, and teeth damage and decay can also be sorted. There are also stem cell injections that prolong your youthful appearance for a much longer time. Apart from these facial measures, when you are wealthy, you can afford to take care of your body with expensive organic products, vegan meals, and other healthy food. Getting a personal trainer is not an issue for you, so you can get the body size of your dreams if you desire. 8. You can say no more often. With more comes respect from others. This new respect allows you to state your options and make your own rules. You don't have to say yes to whatever makes you uncomfortable. For instance, maybe your boss used to make you work overtime or use abusive words on you. You can choose to say, "Enough is enough," and quit that job. Although you can discipline yourself to say no to unpleasant situations when you are not wealthy, it becomes much easier when you have affluence. 9. Security becomes important to you. According to David Forbes, private office at estate agent Savers, there was a time when people flaunted their wealth, but now they don't, because priorities have changed and security is on the top of the list. Many rich people, even celebrities, choose to remain low-key because they realize that they will become a target. Reports showed that after being robbed of more than $10 million in jewelry at gunpoint in 2016, Kim Kardashian West, who always flaunted her diamonds on Instagram on the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, toned down her social media photos and no longer wore diamonds in public and always had 24-hour security. If peradventure you flaunt your new status to the public, after a while, you might prefer to live like a pauper if it would make people leave you alone. 10. Places you go to. Certainly, the gathering of the poor differs from that of the rich. Top conferences, fancy parties, exquisite hotels and restaurants are all added to your portfolio of places to go when you are rich. When you are rich, you will realize that there is a vast world waiting for you to explore. Instead of vacationing somewhere near home, you can now go anywhere. You can fly first class in and out of the city and country wherever you desire, lodge in a 5-star hotel, and order for room service. In the words of American anchor Nicole Williams, the world becomes your playground. You only need to make out time to play. 11. Less social media time. Many people spend so much time posing for and editing photos so that they can get many likes on social media. Some individuals derive a sense of satisfaction only from the number of likes and comments they have on media platforms. Thus, they put in a lot of effort to post flattering photos of themselves and the things they do on a day-to-day basis. However, once you are rich, you no longer have anything to prove. You only get on social media to relax or network with other influential individuals. More so, when you are rich, you will observe that many people who like or comment on your post are just faking it. If you check your DM, you will see that these same people are there begging for one thing or the other. 12. Value for your reputation. Middle-class individuals may not think twice before posting a photo of themselves getting drunk with friends on social media or stepping into specific environments. They might care a little about what other people will think, but they also want to show that at least they're having a good time, and they may think, besides, I have nothing to lose. However, when you are rich, especially if you are a public figure, protecting your image and reputation becomes essential for you and even members of your family. Wealthy people understand that if they reveal too much of their wrong side, they might lose clients and money. 13. Education for your kids. The rich are known for spending more on their children's education. They send their children to expensive schools because they desire for them to be able to handle their wealth and carry on with their legacy when they die. However, one common aspect that changes downwards about many people becoming wealthy is equipping the kids with moral education. While the children of the poor have inadequate professional training and high moral teaching, many kids from wealthy parents usually get the best of formal education, yet lack the knowledge of how to cope with the outside world. They become so used to money doing things for them that they do not learn to be self-sufficient. Being rich comes with changes, so when you begin to experience them, like having to change your friends, getting bothered about taxation, and so on, do not get overwhelmed. These changes are as a result of your present phase in life.